Yeah.
All right, y'all, we are back. Lipz podcast. Y'all know what
You already know what it is.
Every Tuesday night, new time 9 to 11. We got a couple announcements. Again, make sure you guys check the Instagram page, lethal_Lipz with a Z _podcast. We have some giveaways that we extended actually to the 24th. So there's a few prizes if you follow the directions. They're giving out body butters and hair extensions and all kind of fun stuff. So check that page out so you can know how to win. Also, we have Tazz in the building.
What's going on? What's going on?
Part 2 of the Battle Royale.
Yes.
Hair Wars.
Hair Wars,
Exactly.
Loyalty on leash, yes.
Yes, that's gonna happen April 6th. We got a couple of the vendors here. They're gonna let you know what you guys are gonna be seeing at the event as well.
Yes.
But before we get into that, we want to talk our shit like we normally do. So, so not waste any time. Get close to me. Okay. All right, good. Before we waste any time, guys, we're gonna talk a little bit about Cardi B and her winning the Grammys. First off, let's say I want to give her a huge congratulations. To me, that was a huge win. It was well deserved, but a lot of people feel like it wasn't deserved. A lot of people are feeling like, she didn't deserve that. She didn't write her own stuff.
She put the work in. She put the work.
That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she definitely put the work in. She worked damn hard, number one. And for people that keep saying that she didn't write her stuff, like what? Not to say what artist does, but it's not a lot of artists that actually write their full art, their full albums now at this point. So it's like, what are we mad at? Like, she's an entertainer. We always knew this. Same thing with Drake. He knows how to deliver when other people write. That's what you got to be able to do in this industry. That's the industry for you. So her album also was like what, the most anticipated album of the year?
Yeah.
And it dropped in February.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Some people were saying like, Drake's Scorpion album should have won.
Half of that album was trash though. So
exactly. Not to mention,
it was
Shiggy
too much. She did too much.
Yeah.
I feel like it was. When you give people too much at one time, they can't really dissect and really like get into the album unless you're Chris Brown. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just
and I had to take my damn time with Chris Brown's album. I was like,
Chris
I'm
Brown's
listening to the first 3 today on Monday.
Chris Brown's album is fluid. Like if you go on a plane ride or any road trip or anything like that, listen to it and you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that ass going to Dubai. 15-hour flight.
You can listen to the album through and it'll flow, it'll make sense. The songs play into each other. I don't know, that's a lost art where the songs play into each other. You know what I'm saying? Like one interlude is the next intro, you know what I'm saying? But Drake's album was more so like a vinyl, like an homage to vinyl, I feel like, where he had the rap side.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and I do feel like he was trying to cater to his fans because
some people like
some people like singing as Drake, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people like rappity rap Drake. Right. So he gave us both. I just don't feel like everything meshed, and I don't feel like everything, resonated with the people as much as Cardi's album did. Cardi's album was just colorful, is impactful. You know what I'm saying? Like
she had a little bit of everything. Was very international.
It was visuals, the strategic features that she had. Like everything just made sense.
And so I keep saying, first of all, Cardi. Half her coins need to go to her team, period. So she's paying them out the ass and she's mad she need not to be because they deserve, I'm talking about from the stylist to the goddamn hit. Like, they have really transformed this girl. Like, and that's why I feel like she deserved that win because when you look at Cardi, like, not to downplay her, obviously she was a stripper or whatever the case is. They took her and they didn't take her far from who she was. I feel like they didn't overdo it and like make her look like some good girl. Yeah, they kept her kind of true to self, but also classied her up. Which, and not to compare, because I keep saying, I feel like every time you mention Nikki, everybody say, I'm not comparing, but I feel like Nikki's team kind of failed her a little bit when she made that transition from the clown shit into, what was supposed to be a classy move. The only time
hold on. First of all, we gonna put this so it's on record that Slim is fake as shit. Slim is Team Nikki one day, Team question mark the next. The other day she was running down on us because we were talking on Nikki's album. Now she's talking about she a clown. Bitch, if you
No,
don't...
I didn't say she's a clown, so she was dressed like a clown.
It was theatrics. She was a character, not a clown. Yo.
I don't know. Listen, I have a love-hate relationship with Nikki. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's days where I can really rock with her and fuck with her, but then there's days where she does corny shit and it just takes away from who she is as an artist. And like, and I think that's what really fucked her up. So now, but what I will say is because what also happened is BET tried to drag her low key. They said some
that was
shit.
too much.
They
That
said Nikki is being dragged by her lace front.
Come on.
And they were
Like, come on. Like, as soon as I read that shit on Twitter, I felt like I was watching somebody get jumped. I'm like,
why they coming at Nikki like that?
I'm like, who's putting the beats on Nikki like that, dragging her by her leg front? Like, that's too much.
Do you guys feel like that was a shot because Nikki is black? Do you guys feel like that? Because a lot of people feel like it's because of the whole. You know, because a lot of people keep trying to say Cardi is as successful as she is because she's not black necessarily. Like she's black, but she ain't.
I'm not gonna have that conversation because the way that shit took a
That has
turn
been,
on
yes. It's been
I'm
getting
not.
real, like people were throwing blows trying to figure out if this girl is black or not. And it's not to say that she's not black, but of course she has, what do they call that? And digital, freaking, what do they call that shit when they could just look like everybody? No, it's, I forgot what they
She's
look.
racially ambiguous.
Ambiguous, yes, thank you. That sounds like indigenous, but I'm like, nah, that's not it.
I thought you were trying to say she looked Indian. That's
I'm like, nah.
Because not for nothing, like when people were saying that, I was like, okay, so is Nikki black? Because they were talking about she's Indo-Caribbean and
I feel like that's bullshit.
She's Asian, Indian, Trini.
See, the only time I question is when you start stepping into the Latino line. That's where I got to kind of question because not based off of what we know as black, but because a lot of no one identifies black. So I have to question, like, is you black? Is you kind of black?
All I know is
are we cockroaches to you? I don't know.
If we saying, first of all, that whole cockroaches thing and the little slurs that they were like, oh well, Cardi calling this. First of all, everybody in middle school was calling everybody a roach. Like, stop fucking playing. Everybody was a roach. Everybody was an African booty scratcher. Everybody was dirty. Everybody stunk. You know what I'm saying? That was just something that motherfucker was saying. Like, it was
that's true.
you got more than
When she said that,
She sure was.
wasn't
Yeah, she was directing it at somebody.
right. That's just something that people say. But I just feel like if we saying that Cardi is Indian, Asian, Trini, then Nikki's dead Trini too, so is she Asian, Indian, Trini too? Like,
and not considered black.
Like they're both Trini at the end of the day. So how are we really doing this? Come on, because now if Nikki gets something, it's because she's pretty and this Cardi's ugly.
It's been getting petty though, and that's the thing. It's been getting really
people
petty.
don't know what they
now
want
let
to
me
do.
ask though, right?
People don't know what
People have been quick now to call Cardi now the new queen of rap.
No,
hip-hop.
see, that's
Nobody said that. Who said that?
Now, I asked my Instagram, and the response was 80% to 20% as far as Cardi being the new queen.
It's way too early.
I feel like that too. It's way too premature.
She only been popping for
But
a year and a
I don't
half.
feel like she feel like that. She don't feel like that.
That she's the queen.
I
don't feel like she wants that title.
No.
She doesn't want that title.
Cardi just wants to mind her business, do her music, love her man, husband, or whatever they want to do right now.
You
love her baby.
Like he was getting ready to put another one in.
Listen,
She trying to secure the bag.
First of all, Offset was giving that look, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of shit that you forgive everything the nigga has ever done in his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where niggas just be fucking us up at. You know what I'm saying? You can't be looking at me like that. Like, while I'm doing my thing, though, you just gonna admire me from a distance. Like, you just gonna.
But then he gonna take the credit, though. He'll be like, that baby motivated you to get that Grammy, though, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he didn't do that. But he was helping her. I think he was a really big influence in why her career elevated like that.
Yeah, their whole team, again, is their team. Like, she's definitely old.
Yeah, QC is his shit, bro. You see City Girls?
She actually disabled her account for a little bit too.
Yeah,
Cardi.
she did.
Yeah,
Because a lot of
it's
people
so
getting
many-
hands, talking, but she can't. Like, she gotta learn to not let that shit get to her, not for nothing. Because the comparison is what's I think annoying her most. But it's like if y'all just continue to do your thing,
She knew to the limelight.
yeah,
though,
you know
so,
your lane,
it's
so
going-
there's
it's
no
gonna bother
reason.
her.
Mm-hmm.
She has to, get some thick skin first. But if it was Nikki would have been like, whatever.
Yeah, that.
No shade.
Right,
Yeah,
so
please.
shout out to Pretty Lion. She said she put in that work. She has a machine behind her, and she maximized
she
what she
does.
does. Like that's really a big thing though, because Migos pop because of QC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
City girls, QC. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a formula there.
Yeah.
So we can't take away the work of every individual, like you were saying. Like QC is really a powerful force to be working with right now.
Yeah.
So we need to put that in the conversation. Yeah, because not for nothing, I don't know what's going on with Cash Money, Young Money, or whoever Nikki is directly signed to, but I don't feel like they've really been doing anything as of late.
I feel like they got lazy once
Comfortable.
Drake kind of like took the, and it was like, all right, well, we got Drake.
I kind of feel like that,
What
but
happened?
when the rift happened between Lil Wayne and Baby, that's when shit got
and then
really.
they fell apart. Yep.
Yeah, that's Wayne canceled Cash Money for like honestly. That's like when Kylie went and said Snapchat was whack and everybody deleted their Snapchat. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what Wayne did to Cash Money, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then people have just been popping up out of the woodwork still, like Tyga and who else? Who's the Lil Twist?
Oh, Lil Twist with the hair.
You know, it's
Yeah,
some
they
people
just
trying to
been
make a
dropping
comeback,
like
but it's like no,
yeah, we
like
don't
nobody
even know
really
who
believes
we
in the
be.
force no more.
Oh, nigga said Wayne said we gonna be alright if we put Drake on every hook. That's true. But speaking of Offset, Chris Brown Offset beef, yo.
Amazing. Amazing.
Apparently now the cops gotta continuously be driving past Chris Brown's house to check on things to make sure there's no violence activities happening because he posted his fucking address
Screenshot
everywhere. Niggas pulling up.
Yo, he lucky I was not in LA.
Yes.
I made a decision not to be in LA, but bitch,
Boy, like what's good with him?
you ain't know they happy?
Oh yeah, they so.
Alright, so tell her what happened.
Yeah, so what happened was that's what you want. Alright, so you know everybody was talking about the 21 Savage being deported. And of course Shade Room had all the jokes or whatever the case is, so Chris Brown reposted one of the jokes.
It really be Twitter. It be Twitter.
Yeah, but it wasn't that deep. At the same time, you know, of course, they were sensitive to it because that's their close friend. So Offset already, not to mention they already have beef from before. I forgot where that beef stemmed from, but they had beef from before. I think with Karuchi or something like that.
Yeah, because
They
of
had
Quavo.
yeah,
'Cause of
Quavo. So he already had beef with the Migos. So I feel like this was kind of like just a, oh, now I got your ass again. Like, and so when he posted that, Offset comments like, take that shit down, fucking lame, or whatever it was.
No, he said, he was like, that's not fun. Meme's not
Yeah.
funny, lame.
Yeah, and of course, Chris Brown's Chris Brown.
Chris Brown said,
Chris Brown is Chris Brown, like he can't. He was like, take your hip, hip Yes, he did. He dragged him, and they just never stopped the fucking train because every meme he called him Pootie Tang. He just was dragging him for like 3 days.
See, this is what I was trying to tell y'all before. Chris Brown just has wild jokes. Like, his hands work. Like, his thumb strengths are crazy. That nigga get the texted. Like, if you think he don't write his own shit, bro, y'all should get the he be here with it. And that's why.
I never really see him square up with no men.
Nah, he squared up with man. What you mean? You wasn't there for the Drake situation? Drake? Come on. Please. Nah, he done got into a couple scuffles.
I'm talking about like a
Hood nigga? Why he got the hood on his back, so he got the hood on his back.
Soldier Boy.
And he didn't even link up with that. So what happened?
Yo,
Like, come on.
see, it's a lot.
I don't know about that.
He wanted to do that. He wanted to do that a different way though. He set the fight up, but
then he never showed up.
I forgot what happened with that. I think Soulja Boy said he went through a different promoter
Because he wanted more money, so Adrian
Right.
Bronner sponsored him, and then
Right.
when the fight was set, he never showed.
Nah, I think it was a difference between the promoters.
Come on now.
I'm waiting. I don't want to see him fight, but I want to see him fight.
I want to see him fight because he talk too much.
Yeah,
but my whole thing is, if we fighting, why you worried about how much money you making? Like,
Exactly, so fine.
That's Soulja Boy though.
But Soulja Boy was set. He got the bag.
See,
But
and then Breezy
if
back
niggas
out.
paying for the fight,
That's what I'm
that
saying.
Right.
That's what Soulja Boy was arguing
And but see,
over.
Soulja got the bread though, is what I'm saying. And after that, Breezy is who
yeah, I
backed
don't
out.
know.
Just because you got bread don't mean you don't want more bread.
No, I'm saying Soulja he got Adrian Brown to give him more money.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, when he was set for the fight, Chris was the one who backed out. That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know. I don't know about that.
Right,
Really
that's what's happening.
know how true that is. But
Yeah,
But
I don't know about that.
I looked at it, you know. But real quick,
Cause Soulja Boy still gotta fight Bow Wow. Leave Bow Wow alone for 2019.
damn, we got a phone call, but we are not taking phone calls right now, guys. But what we are gonna do is take a quick commercial break and come back, and we're gonna talk the Gucci and all the high fashion brand little boycotts that's going on, and we're gonna talk J-Lo and the Motown shit. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Alright, we back on the air.
Alright, we on the air.
We on the air.
We on the air. Alright, y'all. So we're gonna segment that into the next topic. So the first thing we go. Well,
Now somebody said Cardi from the hood, Nikki's 35 and now trying to gangbang. We not doing this. Shout out to Millsy. Shout out to Millsy.
all right. So
I mean, to talk on that real quick,
That's not right.
you gotta think about like it's not right. It's not right because there are 7 years old millionaires. You know what I'm saying? They got their own businesses and stuff like that. But me and Cardi being the same age, that makes me feel good. Like, yo, it's somebody my age doing things that I couldn't even think that I could do. You know what I'm saying? So it allows you to push yourself. But being older, it makes you feel like, damn, where the fuck am I? Like, what am I doing with my life? You know what I'm saying? So there's like a, funny thing. But go ahead.
all right. So the question is, do you guys feel like J-Lo should have done the Motown tribute? Now, Smokey Robinson recently released a statement. In short, pretty much saying that Motown was all about unity. It was all about spreading music for love. So, let's not hate on the cultural difference. It was supposed to touch everybody from all type of cultures at the end of the day. So that's not what Motown is about. We're supposed to represent love. So, he felt like J-Lo did a great job, and she was a great representation of how far Motown more or less have come over the years. That's cute, but how I feel is like, and you gotta think about the times also. We are in a very touchy fucking time right now where black people are not with a lot of shit. We really feel like we've been like past.
You trying to take what's ours? What's up?
We're trying to get back what's ours right now. I want my motherfucking 40 acres and a mule. You feel me? Like that's where we at right now. So I feel like when you have something like a Motown, and also, and I'm glad there's no shade to any Hispanics listening right now. I am glad we have been talking more about Hispanics disregarding their black culture and trying to identify more as white. So now when you see, and then also it's been, the conversation has been about how they've, other minorities have piggybacked off of black so long, and then once they get in a position of power or recognition, they disregard blacks. Kind of like, what's that girl Rodriguez? One of those actresses. That,
Erica?
No, it's something Rodriguez. She was in Michelle Rodriguez, right? I think
actor?
that's her name. Yeah.
Fast and the Furious?
It's another woman. I know who you're talking about, but it's another woman that had to go on Power 105. That was her that went on Power 105 apologizing for her. It was who was that black actress that they were talking about her being on Black Panther. They were talking about her being in something else, and it was like, as a black woman, how does it feel for you being in the industry and getting as much recognition? Black women get more recognition in the industry, and she stopped the black women and said, "No, women." So, and she had a few incidences where she kind of just was like, "Oh, it's not about black women, let's just say women type shit." And so,
yo, you got me dead right now.
Everybody's not black and like, some people
she cut off the black woman to say that. He was talking to her. the black woman and saying that, but she cut him off to saying, "Oh no, women, can we just talk about women?" type shit. And it was like, hold up, that was her moment.
Yo, that's a very big thing. I have a lot of I don't know if I have them anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I've known some people who are. To me, it was mainly Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? Mainly Puerto Ricans, not so much Dominicans. But they were just saying, like, why does everything have to be about black this, black that? You guys are making such a big deal about being black. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that I'm not even used to hearing. I mean, I'm not used to hearing.
Yeah.
But to touch on J-Lo, first of all, shout out to Milton. She said when Ashanti gets her voice back, then we'll acknowledge her.
I'm weak.
But my whole thing is, if we was going to pay homage or make it like a inclusive thing, sis, where the rest of the fly girls?
Right.
Where are the rest of the fly girls? Because even in her opening statement in the beginning of the Grammys, she didn't mention anything about Motown being an influence. She said her other influences. She Southside, Dickhead, this, that, da. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't say Motown. It's like, how do you introduce and open a show like that knowing that you're going to get that tribute and not even kind of cue that in, you know?
Right.
So it's like, I just feel like I really want to know why her out of everybody else, and I really just feel like nobody else wanted to do it.
Really? Why do you feel like nobody else
I think nobody else wanted
to?
to. First of all,
Why not?
Drake said he wasn't performing. Kendrick said he wasn't performing. Beyonce wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? Like, a couple people backed out of the Grammys already. You know what I'm saying?
People haven't been talking with the Grammys for a minute now.
Every year now, Will Smith drops like, yo, you know, boycott the Grammys, and how he's been boycotting the Grammys since the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't think anybody else wanted that opportunity. That's just how I feel. And they were just like, well, J-Lo, you're very prominent right now in everybody's mind. You've done, she just finished doing, was it BET or whatever, award show, giving a tribute to whatever. So it's like, okay, you know, she's already done a tribute. Let's get her, you know, as opposed to really thinking like, damn, what's Baby Girl from Spike Lee movies?
Is that Michelle Rodriguez?
No. Damn. What? Jay, you know this. You're not paying attention. The girl from Spike Lee movie.
Wow, it's a lot of them.
Do the right thing.
Rosie Perez.
Yeah. Where the fuck was Rosie Perez? If we gonna get a Spanish bitch, get her.
She was another one that said some shit too.
What she said?
Yeah, she not either.
Lord
she not either. Yeah, she's on her shit too. Yeah, she's on her shit too. So
all I'm saying,
yeah, I'm saying
is Motown dead? I mean, was Motown only black though?
Well, that's what Smokey Robinson's point was. He talked about Tina Marie and, you know, a couple of artists that weren't necessarily black.
I think vocally and just like her music and her influences did not make sense.
No, I agree.
More so,
100%.
not even more so because she's Hispanic and she got a black person.
Yeah.
She just doesn't make sense because that's not her category. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my whole take on this.
Yeah, no, I doesn't.
So
it was.
They could have got somebody that was more so in tune. That would have made more sense. That would have.
Could have got Usher, man.
Yo, Bruno Mars is the perfect person.
If y'all want to be all culturally,
you know what I'm saying? That's his thing.
Y'all want to be across the board. I could easily got Bruno Mars.
That's his thing.
Do you guys actually feel like it was a slap in the face though? Now mentioning that she did that salsa segment on top of everything else.
Oh, I ain't see that. I turned that off.
Like she threw in. Well, that I didn't actually watch because I didn't watch the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? But from the clips and from what I've seen, she actually added in like her own salsa segment on top of everything else. And I feel like that was a little bit of a slap in the face. And this is what I mean. It's like here was your chance in a sense to. When we're kind of blackening up the Grammys, we've been fighting to get on the Grammys. We've been trying to get our recognition. We're getting our recognition. Now you on our back. You know what I'm saying? Now you throwing in your salsa like, oh, don't forget about us.
Also, so you make no noise. I ain't hear nothing about that. I ain't see it. I ain't hear nothing
Yeah,
about
I
it.
ain't see or hear nothing
Now, this is
about
not
that
to take
either.
away the fact that J-Lo was a great entertainer. Can she sing that great? Not to me.
And
But
I don't think
she's
she
an
can dance that
amazing-
great. I don't think
she
her
could
booty that
dance and she don't
fat.
age. I'd be like,
Someone
you
was like, she brought Vegas to the stage, and that's what it was.
Yeah,
giving.
she
Very
needs a
much
residency if she
Vegas.
doesn't have one already.
Yeah.
Britney Spears is humbly just, you know, something
They
about
could have got
the
Justin
business.
Timberlake or some real shit.
No, Justin Timberlake
got
need to get the fuck up out of here.
here.
Justin Timberlake could get the fuck up out of here because nobody forgave him
He's
for that
not worthy
Janet shit.
of the
Nobody forgave him for pulling Janet's titty out, and he didn't get no slack, and she got the slack. They put her on every news clip, didn't even show the titty. I was searching so hard for the titty. Didn't even show the titty, bro. You could have at least showed the titty, bro.
trying to find the titty.
Yo, I had to really do my FBI shit to find the titty, and the titty was covered with a star or whatever. But what the fuck? What the fuck though? Then I heard, not to bring this back up, but I heard the Adam Levine post his titty.
He pulled his titty out at the Super Bowl.
He pulled his titty out. Did we talk about that already?
I love it. That nigga is dope.
Yo, stop pulling titties out. Stop pulling titties out at the
Stop
awards.
it.
All right.
Stop it.
Free the nipple.
The next thing is, all right,
I'm
obviously
pulling my
now, Gucci, Moncler, Prada have all been exposed, and I put this in quotation, heavy quotations, have all been exposed for being racist. They've had blackface stuff, and the reason why I put this in heavy quotations because at what point did we not know they were racist?
Niggas
This is what I'm saying.
At what point did
This
we not know they were
is not
racist?
Yeah, like,
not
that
new
nigga just
information.
fake protesting. Like, stop playing. Y'all going to the Gucci store once y'all get your refund check next week. Get the fuck out of here.
Here's my problem, and this to all the fucking celebrities. Here is my fucking problem, especially with hip hop influencers. Y'all have been the puppets of these motherfuckers for so long.
Forever.
For so long. Like,
Y'all-
I don't know if they didn't notice it or not, but y'all have been the mascots of these niggas for forever now.
Only reason niggas wear Gucci because
It's
your favorite
because
rapper wear Gucci. That's
exactly.
it. Other than that, niggas don't give a fuck about Gucci.
That shit
They
fake
never
trash to
wanted
me.
black people
Sorry,
in their
Gucci.
shit.
It's too much money anyway.
You know why?
Exactly.
You know why
You
I
can't
always
steal
thought
it.
Gucci
Just
was
go.
trash anyways? Because it's very like, somebody used to say it brings the niggas out. You know? Because these name brands bring the niggas out because they just get so happy. They got that little $100 or $200, whatever. They start slapping every label on themselves like, look at me, look at me, look at me, ass
They like
nigga.
a
Yes.
fucking
You know
billboard.
what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't have no fashion behind it.
Yes.
So it's like,
Exactly.
you doing that to start anyways.
Exactly.
So what's the point?
Tucking your coat in just to show your belt looks stupid.
That is
Yeah,
so
like,
ratchet.
what do you really
Can we
care
stop
about?
that 2019? That's not cute.
What do
It
you
never
really
was.
care about, bro? Like,
Exactly.
what's really the point to show off? Y'all wanted to show off this whole time. That's all it's ever been about.
It is.
And that's why
Exactly.
people are not gonna
They only
protest.
do it for women, son.
Yes.
Let's keep it a $150. The only reason niggas really dress, get the Gucci's and the Pradas and all that, cause there's always that one girl on the block talking about, I got this, I got that. Step your shit up, nigga. There's always that one girl that, it's always a, listen, come on, let's not front. I'm not going to the Gucci store for another nigga. So what I'm doing it for? I could go to fucking Payhalf or whatever, or Macy's to get some jeans and still pull the same woman. So what?
No, but niggas go to the club and pop 50 bottles for other niggas too.
You
though.
know what I'm saying?
Like,
No,
you know,
first
it's
of
not
all,
always about impressing bitches.
You know what I'm saying? To piggyback on Slim, y'all be the first ones like, yo, look at my son
Yes,
with the belt.
look at
Oh,
my-
you please. Oh, look at my son feet.
Niggas doing their lives like this. Showing their whole shit.
You see me, right? Alright. Yo, son, know how much that cost. Then they rob you.
Right?
Then you look dumb.
Exactly.
Then you look dumb. Y'all niggas buy that shit
what's up,
to get
Cora?
robbed. That's what y'all buy that shit
Hold on
for.
real quick. What's
To
up?
get
Hold
robbed.
on. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from? Hello. Hey, what's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Lilian, and I'm calling from Brooklyn.
What's up? What you calling to say, mamas?
Well, most likely I'm just calling to say that my partner is there.
Hey, mommy. That's my mama, y'all.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you guys doing tonight?
We good. What do you think about this whole Gucci boycott? Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
You know what? It's just really so sad how, we represent and we support so many brands and how they take our dollars and they use it against ourselves. That's why we have to support each other and support black businesses all the time.
Do you feel like it's going to happen though, or are we just going to do it for 2 weeks and then like go back to school?
I really think at this time, our people are very tired of being abused, and we have to really stand up and we really have to support one another because it gets so big now where everybody is doing their own businesses and everybody is being entrepreneurs, and it's about time that we let everyone know that our money matters, and our voices matter.
Yeah, right. All right, thank you, mamas. You have any shout outs you want to give?
I just want to shout out to Shamaisha.
I love you, baby. See you when I get in the house.
And we are black entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And this is what we're trying to do to get out there and let everybody to live a better and healthy life.
Well, shout out your business, honey. Let us know where to follow you.
I can hear you.
I'll do it for you, Mom.
All right.
I'll do it.
All right, guys. Look, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. And to segue off of what she said, we're going to talk about a couple of black-owned businesses right here on this show where y'all can support. Yes. All right. We are back. We're going to talk about supporting black-owned businesses. Starting with the fact that April 6th, we have the concert show that will be happening called Hair Wars 2. You feel me? We have a couple of vendors that are going to be here, again, black owned. And I'm going to allow them to reintroduce themselves right now. So, let's start with you, Mama. What's your name?
My name is Sha, and I'm representing for me and my mom. My mom can't be here right now with me. Her name is Lilian. And we are the owners of Million Nail Lacquer. It's a vegan nail polish.
Oh, vegan nail polish.
See that there? Don't try to eat it though, nasty.
Yeah, don't try to eat it. Yes. No animal byproducts, no animal testing, and it's 7 free, which means it's free from like the 7 deadly toxic chemicals that are found inside of your standard polishes.
Yeah.
So you don't want to hurt yourself while you just trying to look good. You know what I'm saying? So I know. See, I don't want to come at your head, but see that right there, that metallic look, that's the style right now, and that got fish scales in it. So we not messing with that. So now, see, pulling off the fish, my girl.
So what made you come out? Are you vegan?
My mom's vegan.
Okay.
I'm transitioning into vegan because when my mom started, I was pregnant, so I was like, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm trying to eat what's everything.
That shit hard.
It's a battle still. Like I'm still trying to get there. It's no joke, yo.
It's a challenge.
It's no joke. But what made my mom want to get into that? She just want to live long, and she just chose to transition. And I'm like, I'm down with that. The idea for this though, she not gonna want me to tell y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all anyway.
I want to know.
I'm a spill the tea. I don't care. But my mother's very spiritual, and if anybody has a black mom or West Indian mom, y'all know moms have that gift where things come to them.
And they dream.
Y'all know about
like,
the dream. Boom, bingo. I'm about to tell you.
Yeah.
So and it's so real. And I know she wasn't friend because I like to test people to see if they playing me. But when I knew my mother wasn't playing me is when she knew I lost my virginity, and it was no phones and no way she could have known. I went to bed. I'm thinking I'm lit. I'm good. She jumped out the get up. I had a vision of you. I had a dream, and you was in the playground. Little thing that spin, and you was laughing. How did that correlate to me losing my virginity? I don't know. But she was like, you lost your virginity, and I sat there like a fool. I was like, I didn't know what to do. So that's when I knew my mother wasn't the one. So it came to her in a dream, and then she just came in my room and said, we gonna do this. And I said, I'm down with that. I support anything my mother do. My mother could tell me jump off the cliff and it's rocks down there, but we gonna land in the water. I'm going. I ain't asking no questions, and that's what we did. And we worked on it for a whole year and a half.
So how did you start? Like, you know, a lot of people have an idea, especially when it comes to maybe fashion and stuff like that. You have to find the right mixtures or whatever the kids are like. You have to go to like a scientist or something.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you may not have the funding. You may not have all the things that you need, but you gotta make a goal and then make sub goals. Take the steps that you can take. Me and my mom, we didn't really know the first thing to do. We did a lot of research. I told you it took us like a year and a half before we came out with this. So we did a lot of research, and you gotta have people that have your back with your ideas. If you don't, then just you'll find somebody. I can't even say that. There's somebody out there that'll help you with something. Ask a lot of questions. Find people that's in that avenue. Ask the questions that you need to ask, and just research it. All information is there for you. You got Google. We don't have no excuse in these times like they did back then. You know what I'm saying? So it's ways.
What's the worst thing that happened? Like, you ever had like an allergic reaction to one of the combinations, or?
Luckily for me, no, I didn't. I didn't have any bad responses with it either. The only bad experience I would have is when I was doing pop-up shops. Like, I would have a lot of people just coming up to just talk my ear off and then just like, all right, whatever, girl, I ain't buying it. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of hurt me a little bit. Like, I felt like I wasn't being supported. Yeah, I would get discouraged a lot. But even when you tell your friends, you know, there's no excitement about the things you want to do. So I had to like become a hermit, and I had to just internalize all my ideas, and it's just me talking with my mom, and we just going back and forth.
You felt like they were jealous?
I don't know if necessarily jealous. Some of them, let's just be jealous. I ain't going to even go there. But some people, they just don't want to be left.
Right.
That's what it is, you know?
A lot of times,
that's a fact.
And this is something I learned. Like, sometimes when people grow up with you and they see you in a certain light, it's hard for them to accept the new person that you are. So if you have a different style, or you got a different goal that they're not used to, it's hard for them to accept. You're not trying to be on the line. Yeah, like if you came out now and like, yo, I do poetry. Even like me, when I used to be doing my poetry, like I have my poetry page, but I don't even tell my core people about it. Like I just kind of like have it as my own, like create a new following under that, because it's like I don't expect my core people to want to follow and understand anything. It's like you almost have to show them first. Unfortunately, the people close to you have to prove to them first before they can support. And
sometimes they still don't support. You just gotta be brave, yo.
You gotta find your tribe, because at the end of the day, the saying goes that strangers will support you before your friends.
That's true.
You gotta, you gotta know where your market is and who are the people that you are targeting, and focus on that. Don't focus on people who do this and do that, or whatever the case may be, because 9 times out of 10, they're gonna steal your shit.
That's another thing.
Or they be the same ones making the fake accounts, and you trying to figure out who the fuck is what and how they know your birth certificate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really gotta let those people go.
Or joining somebody else's shit that's the same with what you doing, and supporting them even harder. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say, and it's not to throw shade at any friends, is sometimes you do have to accept those friends for the position that they play in your life, and understand that they're not there maybe to support you in the way that you're looking for. So you know what I'm saying? As long as they're there for what they're there for, let them be there for that.
Like, oh, if you don't support me with it, you can't expect everybody to support what you're doing. It's okay. It's okay.
So what's your favorite thing to do though? Because I know a lot of vendors, they do a lot of pop-ups. You also do like events, and you also do like fashion shows and stuff like that. So what's your favorite like lane?
I like it all. I like it all because every event gives you a chance to meet somebody new, to network. It's the diversity. I enjoy it all because I enjoy people. So any type of social gathering, I'm gonna enjoy. I kind of like the pop-up shops a little more than the others because I don't know.
Because it's a bunch of vendors all the same thing.
Right. Yeah. I think I like that a little more, but I like everything.
So let's check your goals with this as well. Do you feel like you want to push it into nail salons? Do you now? And when we're talking about nail salons, you know, there's not a lot of Black-owned nail salons.
Yes.
Do you feel like that's something you want to kind of invest in as well, like create more Black-owned nail salons under you, maybe?
Stay tuned. I got somebody that's opening up a Black-owned nail salon next month. You'll see my stuff right up in there. One of my homegirls. She surprised me. I was like, what, girl? She ain't even, you see what I'm saying? She didn't even tell me what was going down. I'm like, okay, so we're going to do this. But I do try to put my stuff in black on because the China, you know what? I don't even want.
I get what you mean. You know what?
I try to push my things up in there. They like, no, hear that. They ain't trying to hear me, baby. Ling don't want to hear me. They got their own manufacturer overseas. They don't want to hear about your black ass.
Oh, you know
polish.
Jeff? Jeff said what's up.
Solomon?
Yeah.
That's my brother. Shout out
He's
to
like,
my
look
bro.
at my sister.
Shout out to my bro. He do lit photography, so y'all need to get up on that. If you see my my cover photo, that photo shoot, he did that.
Yeah.
And
That's where I first met you.
They still talking about that shit.
I met you at the old white party.
That's where you met me?
Yes.
What was I doing? I hope I was.
Bitch, I don't know. 'Cause what was I doing?
We probably both was doing them side splits, girl. Good
Yes,
James
yes.
Brown split.
What I would say as far as your marketing, I would push it in the gentrified areas too because they're
Oh, I
very
push my
big
stuff
on that
everywhere.
vegan wave.
Oh,
That is
no,
the shit
baby.
right there.
You go on my Instagram, you
Yeah.
see. Those are the ones that support me more. They support me more than my own people. And it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. They don't come up and ask no questions. They be like, this is what? Because they already know. They already did the research. They already cultured in it. So they're like, okay, this is something.
They know what
how
the
much
fuck
you want.
trans fat is. You know what I'm saying? They be
Yeah.
like, what percentage of the
Yeah. So how many colors do you have in your line so far?
Right now I have 21. I started with 8.
That's
I
dope.
started with 8.
That's hella dope. So what should we expect from you at the Hair Wars 2 event?
Well, it's not really so much me, you know. It's more about the show. But, you know, I'll have my product in and I'll be vending and everything. And I'll be looking elegant because that.
Yes.
You have to see me.
right.
That is the dress code. Elegance. Don't come in there with no foolishness.
Oh, I gotta come in there on my own. Okay,
Oh, no, you gotta style.
No, they gotta style us. I already told them. I need somebody dressed.
Amani, you better get up on
Listen,
Amani,
Amani's slaying. Go
Let
look
him
him
bring
up
it
and tell him
down.
I want
style
a head
your
to
ass.
toe.
Yes.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm giving that and that's it. I'm just there to really more support
Are you
Tazz.
doing
I'm supporting
samples or
myself, but
anything? Are you doing any samples or anything?
samples?
Like you paint somebody, giving somebody a nail?
A demo.
Like a demo? Do any demos or something
I have a nail tech. She could deal with that. I don't mess with people. I don't like to touch people.
Yeah.
Because you know.
Yo, okay, so one thing that my best friend, we were talking about or whatever, because she's getting into makeup and stuff like that. So one thing we talked about was having a disclaimer, or like I think it's a disclaimer, where you sign before you get any type of treatments, makeup, or whatever case may be. Do you? You guys do that?
I think that's a good idea because some people they'll walk right up in MAC and let the people do their whole face and then want to make a complaint. You know, that's not right. This is people artistry. People, you know, take their time. They're very passionate about this. You can't just. That's not right. I mean, we want to please the customers too. So, I mean, just to protect yourself, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I'm not going to be painting anything, so I'll have my tech. She could draw that up for herself. You know?
I was going to ask you, what's your favorite color, or like, what do you feel like makes your brand stand out besides being vegan and everything else? Like, what makes it different from the regular SC colors or whatever the fuck that shit called?
OP and all that.
What makes it different? I don't know. I chose the color. Well, when we chose the colors, I took the time. I chose the colors that I see most girls wearing. You know what I'm saying? That's how I did my thing. That's what I have to say about that. Yeah.
So more so, you want it to be the natural alternative to the chemically saturated nail polish.
Yeah, because I still have to cater to what you guys like. I'm not gonna just make a bunch of shit and then nobody don't want it, you know? So I did my research and I'm like, okay, these are the colors, you know. Of course I pick a color for myself. My favorite color right now is purple. It never was before. It wasn't before.
Welcome to the purple side.
But I love purple now. I don't know what it is.
I feel like purple lately, but
welcome.
Purple means, you know,
Purple's talking to
royalty,
me.
so.
Yeah, purple's talking to me.
Alright, so let us know where to, you know, more or less find you before we have you. You know, we're gonna have you do that at the end, but I want people to like know who you are with your product.
You
So
find
with your
me
product.
at. Y'all got your pens ready? I hope y'all can spell. Come on. MILLIAN nail NAIL Blacker LACQUER. No spaces, no nothing else. All right. And y'all can follow me on my
Her
Yes.
Lord and Tatty. Don't judge me up on there, because I'm myself on there, okay?
Do your thing.
Lord,
Thing.
underscore N underscore Tatty. Alright? Y'all can spell that.
Alright, so guys, make sure you guys are following her. Support her vegan nail line. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is Black History Month, baby. We're going to support Black businesses out here.
Let's go.
We're
Let's
going
do
to do
this.
a quick commercial break and we're going to come back with our other picture. Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
We are back, y'all already know. We
back on the air. What's up?
We got, you sweaty.
Thanks. I changed my whole fit just now. It's a new fit. Okay.
We're back with the second dessert for April 6th Hair Wars. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to keep repeating that so y'all know that it's a real big event.
Going down.
Y'all gotta pull up. So, introduce yourself and let them know what you got going on.
Hey everybody, my name is Lois from Nashba Designs, and I specialize in African print clutches and head wraps.
Nice.
Yes. First of all, what's your background? 'Cause I love your accent. Yes.
I'm St. Lucia.
Yes. I heard but not all the way. That's all I was like,
Beautiful island of St. Lucia.
Yes. So y'all speak of the Creole.
That's right.
Exactly.
So what made you get into African print?
I think my mother just had me on the wrong continent. I've always loved African print. I've always been happy to go to the fabric store, even back home in St. Lucia, and just, dabble in African. I had no idea what I was doing when I moved here, but I needed a job, and I had to make one for myself.
You moved here by yourself?
No, my mom lives here. I moved to meet her.
Oh, how long ago?
About 4 years ago.
Oh, so you just jumped right in.
Yeah, I'm a newbie.
That's what's up. So, what really inspired, like you just were drawn to it? What made you feel like, I want to make a whole line out of this?
It was just a matter of, I liked it. I wanted to have clutches to match my outfits. And I was tired of spending money. And I don't have Gucci money.
Okay.
So,
Gucci don't have Gucci money.
Okay.
Equity.
So I had to, I just started doing it. And then my friends were like, oh, I like this. I want one of these. And then we just took it from there.
So in your case, though, you actually had support from your friends.
Oh,
and your
yeah.
close
My
friends.
support system is top notch.
That's
And I have a huge
That's
family.
good.
Yep, I have a huge family. I mean, I'll say I want to make garbage bags, and they'll be like, yes, you can sell them there. So like that.
Beautiful.
So what do you think? I don't know if you observe other cultures or other people of color or Black people's family dynamic. What do you think, besides the support, like the blatant support, what do you think is missing in the Black household right now?
I think it is the support. A lot of Black households don't have. I'm very blessed to have the support that I have. A lot of Black people cannot say that. It's almost. I've met a lot of people who are like, well, I'm doing me, and it's just me, and I have me, myself, and I. And I mean, sometimes I'm a little tired of the support I have.
Yeah.
Like, okay, mommy, get off my back. I can do this. But a lot of people don't have the support that I have.
So not to digress too far from the original point, it's just your line. But I want to know then, do you feel like that's more of a Black Western mentality, like in the Americas, that have that like lack of supporting each other versus the Caribbean?
I think it is an American thing. I think a lot of the Black Americans just don't have the family dynamic that the rest of us do. When you speak of, although maybe I think the South seems to have it like we do from what I've seen, but a lot of those up here on the east side don't have it.
I agree. So what type of collection could we expect to see from you?
Definitely my best African collection. I'll always bring my A game. I mean, it's a big event, and I don't want Tazz to look at me like. So you'll definitely get my best on the day.
You say you make clutches as well, right?
Yeah, clutches and head wraps.
You make them. All right. Do you hand make them?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're made by me. I taught myself to sew. I had no idea what I was doing. I bought a little $14 sewing machine, watch some YouTube videos, and then just took it from there.
So what do you use as a base for the clutches?
For them to be like
Firm.
It's usually a canvas material on the inside.
Okay.
So it's
you stitch around the canvas. Do you have different type of clutches? So what type of clutches do you have though? Like soft clutches, elegant clutches, more casual?
I do usually, it's mostly casual. I've had a few, especially for Christmas, I had a few people come and take me totally out of my dynamic and want, glittery and all black or all, brown and I do that. I do custom orders as well. So it's whatever the customer wants. I'm doing African because I like African and it's been taking off since. But I mean, it's not like I limit myself to only that. It's whatever the customer wants.
But if you stylish, you could dress up and down anything.
Exactly.
So how do you plan on more or less breaking into the fashion industry? We were just sitting down talking about the Gucci's and the Fendi's and all these high fashion brands, that they're not really going anywhere.
Right.
But we are making a mark as black businesses and things like that. So what's your plan in more or less breaking into the industry and making a name for yourself?
I think right now, just putting myself out there, putting my name out there, maybe about 6 months ago, nobody knew who I was. But I've realized now that people will come up and say, oh, I saw a clutch, is that yours? So I am getting out there more. So I think it's just a matter of putting myself out there, doing different events, and then I think it'll take itself.
Now,
take care of itself.
I forgot. Someone can help me. The creator of Off-White, though. What's his name?
Oh, Virgil.
Yeah, Virgil. Something. Virgil, though. Okay, so he decided to collab with Louis Vuitton. One of the high fashion brands, I believe it's Louis Vuitton, though. Do you see yourself kind of collabing with another high fashion brand to kind of ensure that you continue to make your mark? Because that's the decision more or less that he made, even though some people felt like he should have continued to stay on his own path. Do you feel like that's a route that you might take?
I can't say. It obviously has to be a business decision. It has to be a sustainable one. I want to be able to do this and live off of it in the end. So if it is, I don't want to do a collaboration that will take away from my brand. I want it to still be my thing, Lois from St. Lucia's brand. But if it is that I can do a collab and keep me in it, then definitely. But if not, then no.
So even with the talk of hobbyists, the past lack of diversity in those companies and things like that, do you feel like that would be a good business decision, although they're going to be securing your bag?
Well, like I said, I mean, I'm not just going to go. I think a lot of collaborations that are made are usually gone in blindly. You look at collaborations with Louis Vuitton or with Michael Kors and think, what were you thinking? This is no longer yours. So it's going to be a business decision that I am going to sit down and look at. It will always have to be 80% me at least. And then we can talk about it from there. I'm not gonna be like, well, okay, because it's Louis Vuitton or because it's Michael Kors, then I'm running with it. No, it is always gonna be me. It always has to be my brand.
So I know with hairstylists we always ask like, would you redo somebody else's work? So has anybody ever come to you with an already made piece or product or purse or a head wrap and was just like, yo, can you finesse this for me?
No, I haven't had anybody.
Would you do it?
I would. Why not? If it's a small business, if it's something that somebody buys from, some Macy's or Target or I would. But if it's another small business like myself, I would not. I don't interfere with other small brands. I stay away from that. I think there's enough sun for everybody to shine. So we all shine, and I'm not trying to take away anybody's sunshine except Target.
So here's the thing. So one thing I'm gonna put you onto is refurbishing products. A lot of people do it with sneakers, and I think that would be beautiful if you have an African print on like a sneaker, already done sneaker. But like if people, like, you can offer that also and be Yeah,
you have that
people.
with shoes and stuff.
Yeah, like telling people like, yo, if you have a product and you want me to do like a patch or a stitching, whatever, that can open up the brand kind of how Louis Vuitton would.
Right.
Because it's kind of collabing, but it's still yours.
It's
and
funny
that's
you
still
say
a
that.
layer.
That's what Virgil does.
Because when I started, I thought I wanted to make clothes, but again, I couldn't sew. So I used to repurpose. I'd buy a cheap dress and fix it up, and buy a cheap shirt and fix it up. And then I always want to be different. I want to step into the room and first be like, whoa, where did you get that?
Right.
So I would never buy a normal black dress and walk into everybody who knows me knows that. I would never buy a normal black dress and walk into a party with it. It would always be
Okay.
So that's me.
So what degree of elegance could we expect too? Are you on the like creating wedding dresses with it almost, or are you a little bit more?
No, I'm not that. Yeah. I'm not even looking at that market, the wedding market. I'm doing casual, elegant, somewhere between there. But not definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
So would you do tutorials for like how to wear your head wrap?
Definitely. Actually, I want to start bringing my laptop to events because I've had a lot of people buy the head wrap and be like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
So I would. Yeah, I'm planning to actually do a video, bring my laptop to events so we could have it there and have people see how to wrap it.
That's dope. I love that. So let us know where to find you.
So you can find me on Instagram at Nashba Designs, NASHBA Designs with a Z, and on Facebook at Nashba.
So we had a couple other vendors, guys, that couldn't make it today that would also be a part of the event, and we had the curator of this event, Tazz, in the building. Yeah, I'm saying. He's gonna let us know a little bit more about the other vendors that couldn't make it, and a little bit more about the event as well.
Well, the other vendors is like selecting vendors for a show. It takes time and progress, especially with me. I'm very anal about what I'm promoting and advertising because whenever I'm doing a show, we take the time to better market everybody's brand. For us at UDE, it's not about doing a show.
Right.
Because if you look at it, I'm about to get ready for a show. I have 15 vendors, I have 40 models, and I have the total of 8 designers. So what can I possibly do with all these individuals?
Right.
Is now I have an opportunity to do photo shoots that you came to, advertisement. So now you actually see the product on the model, and this is what a model want to do is commercials and advertisement.
Right.
So right now they're on social media. All of them have to cross promote. Some people is not doing it, but that's what happens when you have a company. Because I didn't even know they had a Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
They had 2. The first one was in history. Just the other day I was in Philly and I was talking to my friend, I'm like, why do Philly look like this? One part is really hood, then you just cross this tiny bridge is something totally different. And she was like, well, Tazz, one thing you don't know, there's a spot in Philly where they was gonna start another Black Wall Street and it burned down 6 blocks.
Wow.
There's only one church that's actually there.
Wow.
But all this is actually going on right now in society. It's just like to say, if you have a business, you know what I'm saying, make your business a company. You know what I'm saying, have your own branch of company. And the funny thing is, we are so talented. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, I take the time. When I saw her clutch, I'm like, wow, that's different. It's simple and it's ready to wear. When she told me about the nail polish, it's like vegan, I was like, wow, that's interesting. I never knew that. And the reason I stopped doing makeup because it was animal byproducts in it. You know, so that day of the show, we are introducing the Vendors Gala. The Vendors Gala is something I will be doing Black Friday. You know what I'm saying, that Friday and Saturday, because you have the Circle of Sisters, you have the Magic Trade Show, but there's no expo for the middle class. So we introducing it. We want something that's actually a little bit more upscale, but it's still affordable in Tribeca and Soho. But at the end of the day, it's getting the right vendors to showcase, you know? So now we've been advertising it, and I believe I have some really good, vendors. But now, how do we do business?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about the show. So after the show, the thing is, I come to find out there's this vendor by the name of Frosty Face.
Love him.
Yes, I met Frosty Face when he didn't even have a storefront. I spoke to him, I mentor him now. He had his own storefront. He stopped working 9 to 5. He had his own business.
Okay, I see him.
So
Yes.
that, you know what I'm saying? So out of like basically 17 years, I had a total of 20 vendors that have a storefront. Because if you could get up in the morning to go to work and kill yourself to go to work, why can't you do for your own brand? And then I know you're going to get tired, but you cannot get tired for your own. This is your turn, so why are you so tired? So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So now I have the opportunity to start the Vendors Gala, but the vendors I have right now is like, hey, these are my partners. It's the same thing working with Baby Fat and Fat Farm. When I used to do internship there, and I used to see all these celebrities with Russell, then when I finally got a chance to go inside the office, I'm like, oh damn, they working. They come into Access Man for money, and they just like to say it's a hard work. And a lot of people don't understand when a person made themselves a celebrity, why don't they come back in the hood? It's a complete fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So they can only do business within their circle. That's why I say it's so tight. But the underground don't have that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people fail to understand you're not the only hairstylist. You're not the only person that have like, you know what I'm saying, a vegan nail polisher. It's millions of people. So why are you mad about it? So once we get over that factor and start working together as a collaboration is the most important thing. Like for the show itself, is actually bringing the show to a part where you want to start teaching. I want that day to see exactly how many business owners in this room and how many companies. It's a different. You can have a business. I could be a drug dealer. That's a business. You know what I'm saying? Point of a prostitute. That's a business. So how you make it a company? You know what I'm saying? So regardless of what you do, there's a smart way. There's actually a smart way of doing everything that you're doing. Like it's like for me back in the days, it's like, okay, being in the street selling drugs, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't want all that attention on me. So it's like, where can I go that's different where I'm not gonna get locked up? Because my Haitian family is not gonna, you know, they're not gonna bail me out. So my friend was like, I'm like, where do you go? Where you be? He's like, yo, I'm in the Hamptons. He was like, you can stay in that street corner trying to get 10 G's in one night. I'm making $100,000 from one cell because at the end of the day, these individuals, they work so hard, they play hard, but they function enough to get high and going to work. You know what I'm saying? So the thing I'm trying to do, and is actually bring awareness since I started my company in '94, is basically better marketing, better branding themselves. Like models. There's so many models that's actually out there right now. Everybody, this is the distraction, fashion week. Everybody's doing all these shows, but these designers is paying anywhere from $1,500 to 10 to 20 grand to be in a show. And these models is just enjoying it, but nobody's getting paid. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's getting paid. So how you gonna establish a business? Truthfully. Back in my days, you could actually do whatsoever, but nowadays the economy changed. You're looking at 21. I know 21 to 26 year olds that's millionaires. You know what I'm saying? So what are we doing wrong?
I mean, what advice can you give to some of the vendors that's going to be at your event?
Like the best advice is doing research. You know what I'm saying? And doing your company is legitimate because at the end of the day, it's a company, it's a business. And you take the time to research exactly what you're putting out there. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, knowing exactly how to build your, you know what I'm saying, your clients. Because I look at certain brands on social media, and basically you're a designer, but you don't have a mannequin, but it's on the bed, and you expect me to buy it. So if the value of the shirt might be $50 to $100, showcase it. Models is like, we have to learn how to use that as resources. That's the whole social media. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that's